Hello, Burak. How are you doing?
Hi, Rokas. Thank you for having me on. I'm doing good. How about you?
Great, thank you. So let's begin with I saw a win from you in the Ecom Wins channel. Could you
hmm
explain what that was about?
The win in the Ecom Wins channel was that I reached my first 10K month while starting with e-commerce in a month, actually. I started December 16th and I reached 10K within January. So that would be a little bit over a month. So after joining the e-commerce campus at the 16th in December, I got 16 or 10,000 revenue in a little bit more over 30 days. And since then, it's been blowing up. We're already looking in 3 days to hit 15K. So it's only going better from there.
Congratulations to you. That's
Thank you.
awesome to hear. Did you have any experience going into the Ecom campus?
Yeah. So in around 2017, when I was about 15, I saw drop shipping come around a little bit in my country in the Netherlands, and there was one big guy doing it. I watched a couple of his videos, and I was 15 at that time, so I didn't have really any knowledge of how anything worked. So all I did was make a store about things that I liked, about products that I liked, not products that were working, and that completely flopped. So it didn't work out at all. I didn't make any money. I just spent money on making the store and trying to do some things. So that didn't work out. And after that, I went on to different ventures. And from there, I do have a little bit of experience with marketing and sales and with crypto and NFTs. So those kind of helped make the transfer easier to e-commerce. But regarding e-commerce itself, with products, with shipping, how to fix everything, how to deal with suppliers, I didn't really have any experience with that. But the course helped me a lot. So Shuaib is the professor actually. I asked him a lot of questions. You can just ping him in the channel, and then he replies to your questions. And that's basically how I got a lot of my specific questions answered, because there were some things regarding my country that didn't work out, and he answered all of those because he had knowledge about that already. So my knowledge gap got filled from him. So that was really helpful for me. And for the rest, like I said, I've had marketing and sales experience. So I just transferred those into e-commerce, which made my brand succeed even more.
Mhm. How different is the material in the real world compared to what you can find outside of it?
Um, it's really tailored to fit for your own needs. So when you need a specific thing, you can just ask the professor, or you can ask one of even the students as well. Like there are some captains and there are some students doing great profits already that will just help you out without you having to wait a shit ton of time or searching up on YouTube or on forums, on Reddit, on everywhere. Without you having to search that up, you can just have easier access to it, which allowed me to do things quickly, which is a really important key into how I also got to that 10K, because I took some steps that I had to make with a lot of risk, and I had to take a lot of risk for buying stock for myself as the Chinese New Year came around and e-commerce basically closes around that time. And the people in there really help you on a fast basis, which really helped me a lot. And I think it helps other people a lot as well, because now that I've made 10K, I've got a lot of knowledge, and now I am the one actually trying to help the other students that are asking questions. So I'm answering their questions. So it's just basically back and forth. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, and it just goes on like that.
Mhm. How different does your average day look like now compared to before you joined the reward?
Oh, it's changed drastically. I didn't even think it would have changed this big, but the reason I got to 10K a month in such a short period of time was because I bought stock, because the Chinese New Year was going to close the suppliers, and you couldn't get any you could just basically not ship anymore. You could not basically do the e-commerce side of it. So I had to buy stock myself. So I paid upfront a lot. I had to borrow from my brother. I had to borrow from my mother to actually pay for the supply that I bought. So now it has changed so much that I have to ship every single day around 50 products, 50 shipments. I have to just send to the people. I have to print the labels. I have to fix everything. I have to fulfill them myself basically. And I've got them like laying around on my corner in of my room here as well. And before that, it was just go to school, maybe do a couple things on crypto or just look at the charts a little bit. That's it. Now it's just constant action. It's really some nights I basically cannot even sleep because there's so many things going on, and I just have to fix something. I have to work. I have to keep working, and that's been a positive change, I would say.
Yeah, when you speak about it, you sound happy, but other people hearing it might think, but that's just you're doing so much extra work. Like, why? So, what is that perspective for you? Why are you happy talking about it that way?
To be honest, it just provides you with this feeling of like basically achieving something. I don't know why, but achieving something and doing something, knowing that's better for the greater good. It just gives you a better feeling in general. And me doing this makes me happy because the risk I took, and it just basically shows that it was worth the risk I took because I took a risk of investing thousands of dollars into the stock I bought, and now I'm just basically selling them all out. And it going so great basically puts me in a mood where I'm like, okay, my hard work, my thinking, my risk management, everything just actually pays off. And with the help of others, I can make this actually work. And it just provides me with a vision for longer term success, which allows me to basically reach my further goals. As my goal for quarter one of 2023 was reaching 10K in revenue and then reaching 10K in profit, which I'm also close to right now. And then at the end of the year, I have bigger goals than that, which I want to reach, which I'm working every single day on. And this going so great every day, day after day, it just provides me with the security of me being able to reach the goals and actually being a reality check like, okay, it's possible. You can do it as well. Everyone can do it.
Mhm. It's interesting that you decided to invest a decent amount of money into it when you were just starting out. So, how did you know that the real world was the real deal when you joined and were comfortable investing money into ecom in this case after seeing the material?
Yeah. So there's this channel in the real world where it basically says wins. I could see people making way more than I'm making right now. There are people making like 10x my amount of money. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, there's something they did that I also have to do. And it's not taking risk. It's not just chilling and maybe waiting out for Chinese New Year to be over. And I was like, okay, if I take this risk now, I calculated it as well. Because it's something that has to happen during Chinese New Year, and it's basically for Valentine's Day. And that's building up during Chinese New Year, and I bought the stock before that. And I was like, if I don't take this risk, what will I lose? Okay, I'll maybe lose $3,000, but what is $3,000? I'll work a whole month and just make that back if need to be. I'll just stop doing all the side things. I'll work full time, get my money back if needs to be. Otherwise, if it succeeds, I'll make loads and loads of money. And that risk basically just got how can I say it, but that risk basically got justified by the people doing way bigger amounts than I did. And seeing that, I was like thinking to myself, they are doing something that I'm not doing, and that's taking risks. Their risk management is way bigger than mine, and I need to be on their level as well if I want to make that amount of money.
With your background, you've gone into some depth on the business aspect, but not as much on the personal side. So, in the 1 month that you have been in the real world, has your life changed in any other way?
Basically, another thing that also changed drastically in my life is my physicality, because there's this aspect inside of the real world that goes a bit onto more fitness and fighting, or like basically getting a stronger body. I've been going to the gym for about 3 to 4 years. I've reached national records for powerlifting, which basically means deadlifting and squatting and benching, which I've reached national records for it. So I've always been someone that wants to go to the gym and that has been going to the gym consistently. The one thing that the real world actually added to my regime was that I stopped doing the powerlifting part because I didn't find any need for it anymore, as it was just purely power. And I signed up to a kickboxing gym in the Netherlands. Kickboxing is really prominent, and I signed up to a gym here. And I'm trying to go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, and it has been helping me a lot mentally, because that is when I started making the most, I would say, habitual gains. When I started implementing things like my diet a bit better, Now I'm doing intermittent fasting every single morning until 12, and I stop eating at 8 p.m., which allow me to work while being a bit more hungry, leaving myself to my primal instincts and being able to work harder than I normally was. My focus has improved tons and tons. I can focus on product research. I can focus on fulfilling orders or doing the customers requests all by myself because I don't have any colleagues or anyone else helping me or working for me. I have to do it all by myself, so my focus has to be high, and I need to be able to focus for longer periods of time. And being able to kickbox and talk about people inside of the real world actually motivates me to like to go more, even though I don't even like really know them. Just helping them because other people also want to start, and me starting a month ago, basically 3 or 4 weeks ago, and seeing them actually want to start as well, that just motivates me to go more. Once I don't feel like it, I'm tired all day, I haven't eaten a lot, I've not drank a lot of water or drank only coffee, and then I still need to go kickboxing. I'm like, okay, I just see this guy, he's talking about going, he's talking about being strong. If you're strong in the body, you're strong in the mind. You know what, I'm gonna go as well. And it just motivates me. It just keeps pushing me for further as well. And the accountability side of the real world actually helps me a lot as well, because I've made, I wouldn't really say friends, but more apprentices inside of the real world. And these are guys that are doing their best every single day in other campuses. It doesn't really need to be the e-commerce campus either. They're doing their best in business in other campuses, but once it comes down to diet, nutrition, fitness, martial arts, or anything else, we just keep each other accountable, talking about those things and talking about the things we just learned, because some guys started at the same time as me, and I'm just talking to them day in, day out, and we're just helping each other out with new techniques, or we're talking about new nutrition tips. We're just helping each other out basically, and that really helped me put my life on another level. It feels like I'm on a way higher level than I was before I even started doing anything in the real world. I was not really focused on my diet. I didn't really need to be, because my metabolism is naturally really fast. So I didn't really need to do anything specific to actually stay lean or to actually lose weight or to gain weight. I just knew eat a bit more, eat a bit less. But seeing this, I eat specific things at specific times. I drink water only and coffee only, functional things, and that really improves and it just removes the brain fog and improves your cognitive ability in general. By the way, it just helps you focus a lot more on business and also the physicality side of things, and it makes you mentally stronger as well. You can face so much more adversity and so much more things and problems, because like I said, you have to take a lot of risk, and all that risk you cannot manage that if you are weak in your mind. So you have to build a strong body that helps you build your mind up to be strong, and you can it all just compounds together. If you have a strong body, you have a strong mind, which allows you to take those risks, and the more risks you can take, the more money you can make. So it basically just helps each other out.
Right. That's awesome to hear. In 1 month, all of those changes. And a lot of it comes down to, again, something I say that comes up almost every interview. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And now, being in a community like the real world, you're surrounded by the individuals you spoke about, and it just transforms you as a person as well.
100%, I can agree with that.
What was the biggest challenge you faced when first starting out in ecom?
So the biggest challenge in e-commerce was for me actually getting started, because after getting started, I know how things worked. I could see the courses. I knew that I could watch all of them. I knew I could implement all of them. But the biggest challenge for me was getting started and finding a product and actually just being able to step in and having the balls to do it, basically. So actually taking that first step to start the product, or to find the product, or and to actually publish it on your store, or to advertise, and basically just publish your whole thing online publicly. That was the biggest step for me. And aside from that, I also had a big step with, like I said, the stock, because I couldn't sleep for, I think, like 2 nights, because I didn't know if it was worth it, because it was a big investment for me. I'm still going to school. I still work part time. I have two jobs and also I have to do this now. So I was like, is it worth it? Can I actually handle all of that? Is it going to be too much time? Can I actually finish my assignments for school? Because for my parents, I still have to go to school. Can I actually finish it? Can I do it? Can I do this? Can I do that? So all that stress was basically compounding all on me, and it basically really took a toll on my body as well. And so for 2 nights, I literally couldn't sleep because I was just thinking, calculating. Okay, this much stock, I have to sell this much by this day. If I don't sell this much, I need to sell more the next day. Okay, if I sell more the next day, just basically calculating everything and having so much going on inside of your mind. It was a nice challenge. It was actually, I love challenges, so it actually made me happy to a degree, looking back on it, because that challenge actually helped me propel forward in life and basically in business as well. Now I have an entrance to basically a stairway of building myself up and growing as a person and growing my financial status as well. So that challenge was, for me, a big positive challenge.
Nice. I like that. And in the 1 month you've been in the real world, what have been the three biggest lessons you've learned?
I would say no one else is going to do it except for you. That's number one. So you really have to take action yourself. There are so many people inside of there that are putting in the accountability. They have to do it all themselves. You can actually get an accountability partner. You can just DM someone, or you can just talk with someone and you see them. You just basically put in what you are going to do today when you wake up or before you go to sleep, and you actually have to follow it. That's a big lesson that I've learned. If you don't do it yourself, no one else is going to do it for you. The second lesson regarding money, I would say it's a bit more regarding money. I would say is knowing how money works and what money is. A lot of people actually want to make money, but they don't even really know how money works or what money is. They don't know how the exchange works, what value is. So if you actually implement that to yourself, if you implement the lessons of money, how money works, how you can make more of it, how you can provide more value to your clients, to your customers, depending on what business you choose. If you change your mindset towards money, you'll be more successful in that area. And I would say in mindset wise or physicality wise, a big lesson that I've learned is to be consistent, because that just plays back on the physicality and mindset side of things. Because if you're not consistent in the gym, if you're not consistent with your martial arts, if you're not consistent with your focus, if you're not consistent with your work, you will not get far. You can try a lot of things to do them explosively. Like you can try to do one night of heavy work, and then the next day you're just basically going to be half dead and trying to work. Instead of doing that, you can just sleep early, wake up early, do the work every single day consistently on a consistent basis, and it will just compound up, because the habitual things you create for yourself, the habits you create for yourself, they build up the person you are, and the person you are builds up the money, the financial status, the physicality, the mindset side of things. So consistency is really key, and without that, you're not gonna get far.
Mhm. How old are you, Burak?
I'm 19 as of now.
So I'm sure the listener is thinking a similar thing to me right now. You have a great mindset for a 19-year-old. Did Tate have any impact on that?
100%. 100%. He did. He had, I would say, probably the best impact on it, because like a lot of guys, like a lot of listeners probably, I had this thing inside of me that I knew there was always something not right. Something was just not connecting. There was always this empty spotlight. Okay, there's something wrong with the world. There's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with that. And basically, Tate saying all those things, or basically Tate pushing everyone forward to be working their best, to become the best version of themselves, to be a kind person, to be a gentleman, to be providing for their family, to their children, to their women, and all of those things. They basically propelled my mind and just opened my eyes again to the real truth, and it really put me in a position of like, damn, okay, although how he analyzed it, although the chessboard may be fucked up, you still have your position to play, you still have your moves to make, and you still have to decide what you're going to do and decide what the best move is. And I actually implemented that in a lot of situations in life. There were a lot of struggles that I had, not necessarily with addictions, but my habits basically. There were things that I didn't want to do, eating sugar, eating bad habits, on doing a lot of things. I would say changing those things, and someone like Tay actually putting the truth in front of your face and telling you, okay, you need to change it. You are the one that controls this. There's no one else that can actually do it except besides from you. You need to build your iron mind up. You need to build your body up. You need to build your financial status up to reach what every single man wants, which is basically having a higher status. It really just opened the truth to me again, and it pushed me forward to actually work harder, especially with the last thing that happened in December. Once he basically got locked up in jail, that's when I decided, like, I saw that and I was a bit shocked, to be honest, because I just couldn't comprehend the fact that someone with such positive influence on the youth could actually be locked up, or could actually be having such a bad thing happen to him. You hear it all the time. All the bad things happen to the good people, and that's basically what was going through my head all the time. And I went into the real world and I looked at the chats, and everyone was saying, okay, think about what Tate would have wanted you to do. And since then, I just literally switched my mind on ghost mode basically. And I was pure focus, tunnel visioned on my goals and nothing else. Going to the gym every single day. I've not missed a single day since a couple years probably. And kickboxing since I've started. I've not missed a day since they got locked up. And for business, I've been working on it every single day, my school assignments, everything. So it just really pushed my mind forward. And it made me realize, once he is in such a position, the only thing he would want his students or other men to do is actually reach their goals, work their hardest, and become the best versions of them as they could in the time that he is not here with us. So that really made me realize that I need to work harder than I'm already working. That really made me realize I need to crank up the volume a little bit, which is something that I did, and that really helped me push forward and reach the 10K a month within such a short period amount of time. For example, reach such a strong mind at such a young age, reach such a strong body, such physicality at such a young age as well. So that really helped me a lot, and I think he would be he would definitely be, in my opinion, the male role model, and for me, the top three influences that I've had in my life to actually keep working harder and keep improving myself.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And yeah, a great perspective to have there. With your life on this trajectory now, where do you see it heading in 6 months to 1 year?
In 6 months to 1 year. Okay, that's a good one. So in 6 months, I want to actually get this business, the brand that I'm working on with, that I've made 10K with in the e-commerce. I want to get that up and running with multiple products, with multiple creators, and actually make a brand out of it. So I'm already busy branding on organic stuff on TikTok, on Instagram, even on YouTube. Hell, I'm also thinking of doing Pinterest and everything, like every single social media platform there is. So I want to build that out to a brand and actually get that automated so it can work without me. That is basically without my being there, without me being there, without me having to fix everything. So design, basically get people to do the designated things that need to be done. And in 1 year, I want that to build up to 100,000 in profit at least, which is really doable because it's a scalable business. The products are scalable. My mindset and the look I have on e-commerce is really scalable. So that I will definitely achieve. In 6 months, what I want to achieve is basically having even a stronger mind and even a stronger physicality, going to the gym and both gyms, the fitness and kickboxing aspect of it, and keep doing that consistently. So basically following the third lesson that I learned inside of the real world. And because of me doing that, I will get stronger mentally, stronger and physically as well. And that will allow me basically to propel myself even more forward in life. And at the end, I want to reach of this year to actually retire my mom and retire my dad if possible as well, with the amount of money that I make. And after that, then I can look into the materialistic things of status, getting a car or anything else like that, getting a nice watch or anything else. But first of all, I want to make sure my family is provided for, and I want to make sure that there's no more stress, or there's no more reliability on anything in my family, so they can just chill out because they have worked really hard. And from there, I want to help other people as well in a way that could involve charities, or it could involve different aspects of life that I want to help people with. But that is basically a plan for later. But yeah, that's basically the couple goals that I have in general.
Mhm. And how crazy is that at 19, you can think about retiring your parents within 1 year?
That is probably the craziest thing I can even think about right now. Let alone having a Lamborghini at 19, or having this or having that at 19. Aside from those things, I would be way happier retiring my family at my age, and actually achieving that as well. That would be a dream come true, because I come from a tough background, so I've grown up in pretty bad places, I would say, and everything aside from that. But basically, providing my family, they work really hard for me to get an education, as that's the only thing they know. But they put a roof above my head. They provided for me. They bought me clothes. They bought everything for me. So I just want to do something back for them, and allow them not to worry about money anymore. Allow them not to be relying on a boss anymore, and just chill out. Maybe do some other type of work that they do want to work with, instead of doing something they hate and coming home tired all day. So that is probably the best thought you can have at 19, or the most positive thought you can have at 19. And helping others while doing that, or helping others after doing that, which is basically what I want to do as well. That is also a great thought you can have, especially at this age, even younger as well, helping other people achieve the same thing, or helping other people achieve similar things, or the things they want to achieve. That's really a positive and a mind opening thought to have, I would say.
Mhm. And before we end off, what advice would you have to people who are considering joining the real world?
I would say that they should join, definitely, and even just for a month to try it out. Even if you're skeptical about it, even if you've heard bad things about it from the Matrix side of it, just join it for 1 month, and believe me, your life will even change within a month, because mine did within a month. And if mine could, so could yours. If you put in the work, if you actually focus on the professor's lessons, you can have literally a millionaire talking to you every single day. You can be talking to multiple millionaires in a single day, and you're just kind of not taking the opportunity. That's actually kind of crazy to me. But I would say just join for a month, see how it works for you, and I'm sure it will just leave a positive impact. It doesn't matter in what way it is, mentally, physically, financially, it will leave a positive impact for you. And after you've joined it, you'll probably want to stay for longer. Yeah, believe me, you'll probably want to stay for longer. And after that, who knows? Maybe I'll see you in the wins channel, and maybe I'll see your wins, or another interview with Rokas here with you, with the person watching this. So it's all possible. Really, it really is possible. If I can do it at 19, anyone can do it at any age.
Mhm. I love this. So thank you very much for your time, Burak, and I wish you all the best with your future endeavors. And I look forward to a part two once you've scaled.
Thank you very much. We'll be doing that.